Okay. Mm, well, my name is sergioguitart. I am from Chile, and I am promoting complementary currencies and working with communities so they can experience the joy and just all the greatness that comes from community cooperation and putting the real values or the assets of the community in circulation in a currency. It's been an incredible experience because I've met great people in the way. In Chile there's lots of organizations that are doing incredible things, but most of them are really separated. They're not coming together to actually work as a whole. And I'm here because during the movement camp I presented myself as in what have I done or what were my interests or my study areas, and Jay Standish asked me to put it on video because he was doing a documentary or a webpage where he was putting all these stories up. So there I understood that actually it's possible. I mean, I've been looking at before, but that was the first time that they contacted me, as in I could say something to the world as well. I don't know. This is new for me. I've always I'm used to consuming a lot of information from the web, but I'm not the kind of person yet, or I am starting to be the kind of person that starts putting new material for other people, so we can all start sharing. Well, from the beginning, how did I start? Let's start from university. In university here, to understand a bit the context, it's really a means just to go into businesses and to work. And there you go into traditional universities and you go into the traditional concentrations that actually get you to earn more money when you're older, so everybody's happier, since your parents want you to go into a good career, so then you'll have money when you're grown up and you won't have any problems. I studied in a really one of the best universities and one of the best careers, which is called civil industrial engineering, and it's a mixture that was created for the country, and it's 3 years strong scientific base, and then followed by 3 year business and administration. During university I really didn't go there because it was like a passion. I wanted to study concentration, but it was because I could postpone my decision, and a lot of doors would open for myself once I finished. So I was never really into creating a lot of relations during university, and I spent a lot of time away from there because my interests were more in the cultural side or just with friends away. I went for an exchange to Europe and Italy for 6 months, then came back with all the culture side was even more hungry for doing things, so I ended up in the student union and I took care of the cultural side, which was a bit left aside, and we did a lot of great stuff there and had a lot of great conversations with people and even in government, because it's a very prestigious group of people that comes out of civil industrial engineering, as in there's a lot of people that are actually managing the country that are there, so you get great connections to go to great places. And the most important thing the biggest event that we did was a congress. That was a national congress where we gathered all the civil industrial engineers from Chile to travel to Santiago, the city where I live, where I study. And usually it was just like a 3-day congress where you go listen to presentations of big business people or sometimes we even got like the ex-president or the president. But it's all about the negotiation. It's about great examples of business. But we had like a different top theme. It was engineering for sustainability. And what we did, we cut it in half, as in half for listening to this same old big important people, and the other half for doing things, as in innovation. And for the last 2 days, it was like the last 2 half days, we designed a methodology for having a game where you can innovate in a park and make it a better place, like for a city, for everything. And that was an incredible experience. I mean, we gathered so many different ways to give them the information and give them their experience and make them work together, as in cooperate. And there was even like a currency in the middle of it. We were really happy of all that experience. After that, I started a group with some friends because I continued to wanting to work on sustainability and do something important like from that side. With a group of another civil engineering, an artist, and engineering in biochemistry, we did a group where we just like got together and eat good breakfasts and or having some beers, but just having conversations and research in the web to find good opportunities to bring here businesses that could make the world a bit better. And from there we found Cradle to Cradle. I mean, I read it and I was like fascinated. And what we wanted to do was actually this eco design, that is usually done in products, and in the book it's very shown as in products, to take it to services. And we worked with the national stadium, Chile, and this huge soccer stadium where there's lots of big events. And we said, why not manage like a service, as in producing a huge event and managing all the waste that is produced there. So we want to close the cycle, as in manage whatever or control whatever got into that place, because most of the time it's just companies that sell stuff there. Why not put a norm, or what are the materials that are going to be accepted, then start managing or redesigning the ways that they cleaned up, and then what they did with the garbage afterwards. Some separation, or maybe it's all the same, or maybe do some composting and trying to close the loop in the same area. It was we got to present it to the directors of the stadium, but they really they liked it, but they couldn't act because of some political issues. So then after that we had to finish uni, and during uni I got in touch with complementary currencies because Bernard Leotaire came, and I went to a seminar he did, and a professor that was one of my best professors, he had met him like 6 years before, and he had fallen in love with complementary currencies. So at that moment, which was like a year before finishing uni, a year and a half, we started looking into complementary currencies as well. So at that moment I was in both projects, in sustainability and in complementary currencies. And with the complementary currency project, we did a pilot in a school where all the parents in a Waldorf school, they had different abilities. So we did a currency for them so they can share their secondary abilities or interests. And that actually lasted for a couple of months because we had to finish uni and we couldn't be there, and we didn't understand much of how to work with people, as in getting into their culture and understanding the place where they are. So we just left it, and then for finishing uni I had to look for a thesis, and I wanted to mix the sustainability issues and the complementary currency, and with a professor, another professor, I got onto the carbon market. I said, oh, it might be it, but then I looked into it and I really didn't like it much. I mean, I finished uni, and I think I did a good job figuring out the carbon markets, but it's just that took attention from from climate change to just like one little measurement, as in global warming emissions, and I was like, this is just not helping, it's just making it worse. So once I finished uni, it took us some time off, and then I said, I realized that complementary currencies was the way to go. I mean, if you wanted to attend or you deal with sustainability, if you saw the three main areas of like sustainable development, it was either politics, it was either economics, or the environment. And I was like, politics, there's not much you can do nowadays, as in, because how are they working? That structure is just like so bureaucratic. It's so different to be part of it, that you just said, I just don't want to be right into it. Then the atmosphere, or I mean the environment, I feel like you just have to let it be and just like look at it and contemplate it and just like admire the beauty. And with economics, there was this theory from Bernard Lietaer that was like, it has a structural problem, and you can do this use this small tool as in implementing complementary currency systems, and you can contribute. And I was like, that's the way to go. Start from there, and you deal with the political issues of a small community, and from there you have to talk over how you want the environment to be. And once you get all that done, when you get all that working, it's like, that's the way to go. So I said, this is what I love, this is what I want to do, and we started working for that. And working in that area got me to meet the cultural center of Spain in Chile, which has a lot of work on culture and development. And because of person there, I mean, we started looking into incredible topics, as in development, social capital, and participation, as in participatory tools for working with people, and in open innovations. And it's just all been crazy. I mean, you start just wanting to help a bit, and then just by conversations and by passion, you start moving on, and you reach certain places. Now we're working with a couple of projects, one with a digital community who got together after the earthquake, and another one in a very rural area where the issues are all like very, very different. And well, there's a lot to be done. We're actually in a phase where we put up an office, because the professor that got us into this got us a space, and we have to work another job so we can get the money, because at the beginning we started and with the idea that we could live off this, like that passionate. But in Chile it's really hard to innovate or to put these topics as in movement, or these ideas, to develop them. And we actually, the only thing we did actually, like trying to get funding for these projects, was just make our money disappear. and we didn't get any new currencies implemented in the way. So now we changed, and we got a couple of jobs. I mean, as in the team, we all got jobs, and we're working part-time that and part-time hard. So that's all I can say. Maybe I took a bit too long, and I'm gonna have to do it again, but that was my first try. Sergioguitart from Chile.